morning, everyone. I did that thing again where when I get things going, I say, okay, I don't know what that is, but I've noticed with all of this streaming, all of this recording, every time I start something, I'm like, okay, like I'm a cheerleader or something. I don't know, whatever. Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up in Yoga. I'm Corrine. I am almost done with my coffee this morning. Ramon, good morning. You're up so early. I'm assuming Danae might be with you too. Those are my cousins. Okay, so I woke up this morning and everything in my body felt just crunchy. You know those times when you're like your body just feels crunchy. I actually tried to get on my mat and do a little bit of movement before. That's really quiet. I'm sorry if you're on Instagram. There we go. That should be better. I tried to do a little bit of movement before we got started, and it was just like crunch, crack. I was like, ugh, I just want to lay back down. So I need this as much as any of you might if you're here. So anyways, I'm really excited to practice with you this morning. Let's come to a comfortable place. I'm going to use a little bit of anchor oil this morning. This is one of the yoga blends. Oh, you probably can't see that. It's like so tiny. But it's called Anchor. If you have an oil or you like to use oils in your practice, you could grab one. Sometimes in the morning I like to use a really sort of like bright wake up oil. But for today I was like, I'm going to put it on my feet. I needed something a little more grounding. I was kind of working through a little balancing sequence and I just kept falling down. So hopefully that helps. All right, so go ahead and find your place. You could be sitting, maybe you're just lying in your bed, maybe you're on a yoga mat. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and just let your eyes close. Maybe they haven't opened yet, that's okay too. And just take a moment to connect with where you are. It's pretty quiet where I am this morning. It's getting quieter and quieter every day outside. I live pretty close to downtown Boise, so it's interesting to notice the way each day just gets a little bit more quiet. There's a little bit less traffic, a little bit less sound of people moving around. Just notice the space that you're in. Maybe take a couple of deep cleansing and clearing breaths through the nose, out the mouth. And as you breathe out the mouth, if you're breathing out the mouth, I'd invite you to really breathe out the mouth, like really open and let the breath out. Really relax the jaw and let the breath out. So just take a few nice big deep breaths. And just let the breath start to move in and out the nose. Let's take a moment to just scan our body this morning with all of that creaky crunchiness that I was kind of feeling in my own body today. All of that sort of stuck energy, stagnant energy that I was feeling. I thought it would be vital for us to really focus on our bodies today. And I think I've kind of been in that place with our practice for the last few weeks. With all of our shelter in place and quarantine, self-isolation, it's really important to remember that we have this body that's a part of it too, right? Like it's great and so vital to take care of our mental health and our spiritual health, resting and, supporting ourselves, but It's also really important to pay attention to your body and to pay attention to the way your body, in response to our collective trauma, is needing maybe different practices than usual, or just a change. Maybe your body is just changing the way your body feels or moves. So just scanning the body before we get moving this morning, feeling down into your feet, your toes, and you may or may not feel sensation in each part. You might feel some empty spaces. That's absolutely normal. Just moving up to the ankles and the shins and the calf muscles, your knees, your thighs, fronts and backs of thighs, outer thighs, inner thighs, up into your hips and pelvis, your glutes and buttocks, your sacrum, your low belly, your whole belly, your ribs, your chest, your lungs, your heart, the back of your body, so your spine, your kidneys, your lungs, your ribs, your shoulder blades, your upper back, the shoulders, arms, wrists, hands, fingers, your neck and throat, the back of your head, the base of your skull, your face. Just take a really deep breath into your whole body. And let it out. And this time take a deep breath in and try to clench and squeeze everything in your body that you can. Like squeeze all of your muscles, squeeze your toes, squeeze your fingers, breathe in. Squeeze your face. Exhale. Relax, relax, relax. Again, breathe in. Squeeze everything. And exhale. Breathe normally. And bring your hands to your heart. And take a moment to set intention if you'd like for your practice, for your day. Is there one word that comes to mind, or one thought, one phrase? The word that comes to me this morning right off the bat, of course, is love. So maybe collectively we can bring some of that into our practice together. Love for yourself and for the shared experience we're all going through right now. And let's just take a silent Om together today. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, mouth. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, feel the vibration silently of Om moving through you. Just rub your hands together. Just kind of bring yourself back to your body again. That feeling in your hands, your palms. And as you like, you can open your eyes. You don't have to. Remember, you don't have to do anything. You're here, enjoy. Mrs. M07, welcome. All right, I'm gonna move on to my mat. So if you have a mat or a space where you're gonna practice this morning, you wanna do the same, you can do that. child's pose this morning. So just go ahead and take your knees out. And sitting back on your heels and bringing your chest down to the floor. Forehead down. Go ahead and let your elbows be soft for this first child's pose. Let your elbows come down on the ground. And we'll take about 5 deep breaths here in child's pose. Take 5 deep breaths, and as you're breathing, just feel in your body, feel any places that feel tight or stiff or crunchy. And just really breathe into those spaces. Feel your lungs, your back, everything expanding as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel your body sinking down towards the floor into the earth. Again, inhale, expand. Exhale to the earth. You can breathe in and out your nose, your mouth, whatever's comfortable. Two more breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, find your way up to tabletop, coming into hands and knees. Exhale, round your back, cat stretch. Inhale, opening up cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. A couple more. And you might start to find and feel this movement change. Maybe you start to move a little more side to side. Maybe you find more of a circle motion through your torso. Exhaling up and around, inhaling, arching down. Maybe it's more back in the hips, circling the hips around. Trusting the wisdom, the intuitive wisdom of your body as you move. Whatever it is. A couple more breaths here. Good. Coming back to tabletop. And starting to engage through the core. So starting to feel your low belly pull back in and up. So this low abdomen area, just feel it moving in and up. Gazing down just slightly in front of your fingertips. And then step your hands out a little further in front of your shoulders, angling the fingers out towards the front corners of your mat. Pressing down into your first and third finger. You might even be able to lift your thumb. And then if you did lift your thumb, put it back down. Curl your toes under. Deep breath in, slight bend in the elbows as you exhale. Just hover your knees a couple inches off the mat and hold. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale as you breathe out. Pull that belly in and up. Hold the breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Hold the belly in and up. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale, hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet. If that's what feels good. Shaking your head. Yes and no. If that's what feels good. Wiggling your hips from side to side. Walking your feet wide or closer together. If that's what feels good. If you haven't noticed a theme yet, the theme is if that's what feels good. So with live streaming yoga or video yoga, you're still in downward dog, just exploring here. Maybe you've dropped back into child's pose. That's wonderful as well. With this video practice that we have, I'm not able to physically be there and check in with your bodies, you know, if there's anything, you know, helping you to modify or change it up for your own unique anatomy. So just know that you can modify or change or skip or opt out or add on or do whatever you need to do for any posture, for any movement. The important thing is that you're really trusting the wisdom of your body. You're really listening. Go ahead and drop back down into child's pose if you haven't yet. Really listening to the wisdom of your own physical body. So the thing is when you're able to ask yourself, does this feel good? Does this feel bad? Does this feel weird? Is it good weird? Is it bad weird? Or is it sustainable weird? Or is it like painful weird, right? Maybe good and bad aren't the right quantifiers. But when you're able to ask those questions about your movement practice, then you're not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to push past where your body can or wants to go. So just know that. Modify as you need to. Okay. We're in child's pose. We're going to come back into downward dog. Inhale, hands and knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then inhale, coming forward plank. Slight bend in the elbows. Again, that feeling of that low belly moving in and up. Maybe you start to rock a little front to back. And then just coming to neutral here in plank. You're going to go ahead and drop your right knee. And you're just going to spiral your left heel to the floor. You're going to open up to the left. Take your left arm up in the air. So you're in a supported side plank with your right toes pointing back towards your left. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Inhale, right foot meets left, come to plank. Exhale, left knee down, right heel down. Inhale, open to the side. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale, full plank. And then from here, you're going to exhale, start to lower your hips into floating upward dog. And if you're like, there's just simply no way that's going to work for me this early in the morning, drop your knees and come down into a nice little baby cobra. Otherwise, floating up dog, keep your toes tucked under. And then from here, your elbows bend as your hips come down. Release the tops of your feet into cobra. Lift your hands and see how high you can stay lifted with your hands up. Inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, press up to hands and knees. Exhale, come to child's pose. Inhale, back hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Similar sequence. Inhale, come to plank. This time, looking back at your feet, making sure they're hips distance apart or about 1 foot apart as you exhale. You're just going to roll both feet to the right. Inhale, left arm reaches up, hips lift up. Exhale, left hand down, back to plank. And then left side, rotating to the left. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale. Inhale, stay in your plank. Exhale, floating up dog or down to cobra. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hover. Lift your hands. Exhale, come down. Inhale, press up hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. And one more time. Inhale, come to plank. Bring your feet together. Exhale, you're going to roll over onto the outside edge of the right foot, left foot stacks. Inhale, left arm is up. Exhale, back to plank. Feet together. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Inhale, right arm up. any of the other variations. Exhale back to plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, floating up dog or cobra. Inhale, hold. Exhale to lower. Inhale, floating cobra. And this time, floating cobra, take your hands back, palms down, bend your knees. Imagine you're trying to grab your ankles, but you're not actually going to grab them. And then just lift everything. And then exhale, coming down. Inhale, up hands and knees. Exhale, back child pose. We'll take about 3 breaths in child's pose. And then inhale, back up, hands and knees. Toes tuck, downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, we'll walk up to our hands, coming into forward fold. Inhale, find some lift, some length, some expansion. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, slowly come all the way up. Inhale, let your arms sweep out and up. Palms touching, and then go ahead and exhale. Bring your hands heart center. Standing here, Samasthiti, equal foot pose, so equal balance on both feet. You might play around a little bit, move a little side to side, or circle, or front to back. Releasing your arms down, mountain pose, shoulders back. Inhale, reach the arms up, let the palms touch. At the top of the inhale, lift up out of the torso. And then exhale, bend your knees, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift again, lengthen. Walk your feet a little wider apart. Like maybe towards the outer edges of your mat. And then fold. You're gonna have a little bend in your knees here. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows. Or if you want to grab onto your big toes or your legs, or maybe your fingertips are on the floor. We're just gonna decompress the spine here. So we'll hang out in this forward fold for a few breaths. Any variation of fold that works for you. Again, you can move, you can sway. If you're holding a little bit or a lot of tension in the back of your neck or kind of your upper back area, I know I hold a lot of tension there right now, shoulders, you might interlace your hands behind your head and kind of decompress that cervical spine a little more. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Your feet are still wide. You're going to step your right foot back. So you're going to be in like a wide lunge. Your hands are going to be inside your left foot. And you can have your hands on the floor, blocks, or some kind of support, whatever works here for you. And then from here, notice how your right hip wants to like drop and spiral down. So keep it lifted. And as you inhale, you're going to twist open to the left. And you're going to really press that front knee, that left knee out. So if it helps, you can even put your left hand on your knee and like open it out to the side. So it would be like, you could even be like something more like this, as opposed to up here like this. Whatever works for you. Hold for a couple more breaths. But you want to feel it in that left hip flexor. And then as you exhale, you're going to come back down. Hold here for a breath. And then this part's kind of fun. You're going to lift your left foot and you're going to bring it back to plank. From here, exhale,
We'll lower all the way or halfway, so just chaturanga if you want, or drop your knees, come all the way down. Inhale, lift into cobra, or maybe you're in upward dog. Exhale, lowering or rolling back over your feet. Pressing up and back, downward facing dog. From downward dog, you're going to inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Go ahead and keep that right leg up and start with the right hip. So look under your body, see the right hip in line with the left hip, press through the heel. Activate that glute and lift that leg a little higher, but keep the hip down. And then you're going to take that right leg, exhale it out to the right. Keep it there, inhale. See if you can come to plank. And then inhale, see if you can step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Whew. And somewhere along there you may have fallen or dropped out, and that's okay. So you've got that wide right foot forward lunge. And then this time you're going to twist to the right. Keep that left hip lifted. Right hand can come to the thigh. Maybe press that thigh away from you as you lift and twist, or you could extend the right arm wherever you landed. Hold and breathe. Feeling that sensation in the right hip flexor. Exhale, back to this wide lunge. And then this time, inhale, looking forward. Exhale, you're going to bring your left foot up to the outside of your left hand, coming up into a wide fold. Inhale, find some lift, find some length. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands under your face. Again, if you're using a block, you could use a block here. So bring your hands or fingertips under your face. Keep them on the floor, so if you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen here. So I've got just kind of my peace fingers on the floor. My hands are like together, like my index fingers are almost touching. And then you're going to take the right arm and inhale like you're pulling the string of a bow and arrow back, opening it up to the right. And then exhale, replace the left hand with the right. Inhale, pull twist open to the left. So if your knees are bent, it would be something like this. Exhale back, you might be in like a little bit of a squat. Inhale to the right. Exhale, release one more time to the left. Inhale. And release, forward fold. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, coming all the way to standing. The feet are still wide. Inhale, you're going to sweep the arms out and up. Palms touch. Hold here. And then wide feet still, palms are touching. Take your arms out. So you're making like an X shape or like a star shape with your body. Palms are facing in, looking up. Receiving light, receiving high frequency energy, receiving light codes and activations from the source, from the cosmos. Big inhale. And then exhale, palms come together, hands move to the heart. Releasing your arms by your side. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold. This time you're going to step your left foot back into that wide lunge. Come onto your fingertips inside your right foot. So you're on like your peace fingers. So you've got a lot of balance here. And then you're just going to take your arms back. Press into that front heel, maybe free those front toes. And then inhale, we're going to come all the way up into a high lunge crescent warrior with really wide legs.
And then from here, your right hand is going to hold your left wrist, and you're going to stretch up and exhale, stretch over to your right, opening up that left side body. Bend that front knee more, drop those hips down more, take one more breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your hands down to the inside of your right foot. And we're gonna lift that right leg and bring it back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, if you're moving through upward dog or cobra. Finding your way to downward facing dog. This time you're going to inhale, lift your left leg up. Keep the left hip in line with the right hip, so if you need to look under your body. Activate that glute, lift that leg a little higher, but keep the hip square. And then exhale, left leg goes out to the left. Inhale, come to plank. Keep that left leg out to the left. And then exhale, step that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Coming onto your fingertips. Arms come back. Inhale. All the way up. Wide lunge, left leg forward, holding the right wrist with the left hand as you inhale. Exhale over to your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Hands come to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, you're looking forward. Exhale, right foot comes outside of the right hand. Wide fold. Inhale, find some length. And then exhale, walk your feet back under your hips, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, coming all the way up to standing. And then inhaling, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. And releasing, mountain pose. Good. Feeling yourself a little warmer. So you're in mountain pose at the front of your mat. Inhale, you're going to reach those arms up. Exhale, hands are going to come to the heart. And maybe find a little bend in those knees. It can be a big bend, wherever you want to be. Feel your weight on your right foot. You're just going to lift your left leg up. And you're going to inhale. You're going to cross the left over the right like eagle. But then you're just going to exhale. You're going to open that left knee out to the side. Inhale, cross the leg. Exhale, open it up. You could also inhale, ankle to thigh if that's better for you. Open. Good. One more. Inhale. Open. Cross the leg. Tuck the foot behind the calf if you can. Garudasana, eagle pose. Inhale, let's take our arms up. Fingertips touch. As your hips drop down, your torso lifts up. Uncross the leg. Exhale. You're going to come back to warrior three. Your hands can come to your heart. If you have a handy wall in front of you like I do, you could use the wall. Because I'm still pretty wobbly this morning. And then little lifts with that left leg. Little pulses. And then we're going to land that left foot back. Your heel's going to come to the floor. And you'll open up all the way into warrior two. So you've got your right foot forward, right heel intersecting the middle of the left foot, the back foot. Free the front toes, free the back toes, so you can feel your heels on the floor. And then relax the toes. Good. From here, just inhale, straighten that front leg, reach the arms up. And then exhale back to warrior two. And again, inhale. And warrior two, one more time. Inhale up. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the floor, either side of the right foot coming into lunge. Before you move back into plank or anything from here, you're just going to exhale to the outside edge of the right foot. Your right knee comes open under your right armpit. And you're going to drop your nose or forehead down towards your right foot. Stretching into that right hip. And then inhale back to a lunge. Exhale, right foot steps to left plank. And then we're going to come to right side plank. So the right hand comes slightly in front of the right shoulder. You could keep the feet hips distance apart. You could stack the left foot on top of the right. You could lift the left foot in the air, or maybe a tree pose, or that right knee could support you, so you could be back here. And it's side plank. It's your own adventure. When you're over it, come back to plank. If you want to move through vinyasa, you can. Optional. Find your own way to downward dog. We'll hold downward dog for a few breaths. And as you're holding downward dog, I invite you to feel the imbalance in your legs, and your hips, and your body. And stay present. My right leg feels super open. My left leg feels super tight. Isn't that interesting? From here, inhale, looking up towards your hands. Exhale to walk or maybe lightly float your feet forward to your hands. You're going to come up into forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, hands come heart center. When you're ready for the second side, again, just feel that imbalance in your body for a moment. Little bend in your knees, or big bend in your knees, whatever helps you to feel more grounded. And then you're going to shift the weight over into the left leg. Start by hovering the right foot. And then as you inhale, right thigh crosses left or right ankle touches left thigh, whatever feels better for you this morning. Exhale, right leg opens. Inhale to cross. Exhale to open. 2. Last one. Open it out. Cross it over. Tuck your right foot behind your calf. If that's available, eagle pose with the legs. Inhale, take the arms up. As your hips sit down, your torso lifts tall. And then from here, we'll exhale, releasing back into warrior 3. Any arms that work for you. And then little lifts with that back leg. Activating that glute. You can do this on the floor. If you're as wobbly as I am, be down here. And then we'll land that right foot back. Lunge. Right heel to the floor. Inhale, open up. Warrior 2. palms up, inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Lift the front toes, lift the back toes. Relax the toes. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Coming into lunge. Inhale here, exhale, left knee under left armpit. Bending your elbows, forehead or nose down towards your left toes. Inhale back to lunge. Exhale to plank. Holding plank, left hand goes slightly in front of left shoulder. And your variation here of left side plank. Letting it evolve and change. Whenever you're over it, back to plank. Maybe chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Taking about 5 deep breaths here. And then we're going to come forward, back to plank. And we'll drop down onto our forearms. So bringing your elbows under your shoulders. And go ahead and drop your knees. And if you can, walk your knees up under your hips. So your hips are in the air, your knees are under your hips. And you're just going to walk your arms out in front of you, melting your chest down towards the floor. Forehead to the mat or chin. Or you could hold opposite elbows and rest your forehead on your arms. Anahatasana, melting heart pose for 5 deep breaths. And then slide your forearms back so your elbows come back under your shoulders again. We're coming back into forearm plank. And that sequence we did at the beginning in plank, we're going to do again, but on our forearms. So you're in forearm plank. Start with the left fingers moving towards the right elbow, and you're just going to drop the left knee, and you're going to open up to the side. I have to lift my back leg here to get this twist. Whew. So your right leg is up. Right, feel this in your left hip. Good. And then you're just going to switch sides. So your forearm comes down, your right knee comes down, and then open up, lift the left leg. It's not so bad. And then exhale, back to forearm plank. This time full forearm plank. Look back at your feet, make sure they're hips distance apart. Left hand towards right elbow again. And then open up, rolling to the left. Right arm up, so your feet are still hips distance. There's space between them. Exhale. Changing places with the arms. Inhale to the right. Hold. Exhale. Back to plank. Hold, inhale. And then from here, you're going to exhale, drop your knees, your thighs, and your hips, and then inhale, lift up into a Sphinx pose. On your next exhale, you drop your chin, bring your low ribs in, belly in, hips lift, thighs lift, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees back to forearm plank. Bring your feet together. Left hand towards right elbow. See if you can rotate to just the outside edge of the left foot. Right leg could lift. Oh, not mine, but maybe yours can. Exhale. Switching to the other side. Inhale.
And back to forearm plank one more time. Drop your knees, your thighs, your hips. Inhale, lift, Sphinx. And this time exhale, lower all the way down, turn your head to one side, bring your arms back. And just let your body rest here for a breath or two. Maybe close your eyes, feel the floor, feel your heartbeat. And then we'll slide our hands up under our shoulders, inhaling up to hands and knees. And from here coming through to seated, I'm just going to crawl. You can find some kind of jump movement here if you wanted to. So coming into kind of the middle of your space. And go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, holding your thighs. We'll start in a half boat, holding the thighs, just like this. Feel that low belly moving in and up. And you're gonna hold only the right knee, and you're gonna let that left leg extend. Don't let it touch the floor, but you can let it hover maybe just a few inches. And then you'll just switch, exhale. We're just going back and forth. Keep that low belly moving in and up. Good. Next time you pull the right knee in, see if you can hold right straight leg. Left straight leg. Bring both knees in. Hover. Bring your feet to the floor, feet together, knees wide, sit up tall, butterfly, exhale, folding forward. And in this butterfly, try to bring your heels in as close as you can. So you might not go as far when you fold. You really want to feel this in the hip flexors. We did a lot of strengthening and work there today. A couple more breaths here. Inhale, go ahead and come up. Bring your knees together. And come down onto your back. And we'll work, stretch the hip flexors just a little bit more. So walk your feet out, edges of your mat. Big breath in, exhale, drop your knees to the right. And then maybe take your right ankle, stack it to your left thigh. Maybe lift your left arm up by your left ear. Some of you might be able to find what's half hero's pose here, where you bring your left foot to the outside of your left hip. It stretches that left quad a little bit more, but it also can be really hard on the knees, so don't force it, please. And then if you cross the ankle, release it. If you folded that left foot in, you'll release it. Inhale, knees center, exhale, dropping the knees over to the left. Left ankle comes to right thigh. You want to bring that right foot next to the right hip. Right arm can extend up by the ear. And then releasing left ankle. Maybe wide feet, knees can drop side to side, windshield wipers. Maybe both knees to one side, spinal twist. Switching sides. And from here, just close your eyes and let the intuitive wisdom of your body guide the last few moments of your practice. Just move or be still.
Winding down. Closing your eyes. Trusting the way the body wants to move. And then trusting when you're ready, the way the body wants to move into stillness. That can be on your back. Maybe you crawl back into bed. Maybe you're sitting in meditation. Maybe you just want to keep moving. Maybe you found some body wisdom this morning that you haven't tapped into in a while. There's been a lot of mental activity in the world, a lot of words coming at us, a lot of information. And information processes first through the mind, and then it moves into the body and tends to get stuck. So maybe this morning you were able to connect to the information in your body and let it move. Let it change, let it shift, let it transmute and transform. So if movement is where you are, stay there, that's great. Or come to stillness and close your eyes. And take a deep breath in, exhale, clearing, cleansing out your mouth. And notice the change or changes in your space. Where it was once quiet, perhaps now you hear sound. I hear birds outside. Still not a lot of people sounds, which is really interesting. Let your sense of sound just start to kind of wander out further and further and further. Maybe you've noticed with less movement, with less doing, with less busyness, perhaps you've noticed more sounds than before. Maybe the sounds seem louder or clearer. Maybe colors seem brighter, more vibrant. As your body relaxes here, you might start to notice gentle pulsing sensations within you, or humming, vibrating, throbbing, streaming. Notice where those sensations are the most prominent, where they're the most subtle, or where they aren't at all. Stay with your body. Thank you, body. Gratitude for your body. Gratitude for the wisdom of your body. With all the information streaming, coming at you every day, ask your body, how does this make us feel? Where do I feel this response in my body? It's so easy to get stuck in the processes of the mind, the thinking, the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the worry, the disassociating, whatever it is. Compassion fatigue. But you can bring that attention, you can bring that information down into your body and ask, where does it settle? And maybe it's something as easy as stretching. It doesn't have to be yoga, it doesn't have to be a full, long practice. It might just be, oh, I feel this in this part of my body. Your shoulders, your neck, your chest. Maybe you just find some opening in the chest. How can I allow this information that's coming at us, how can I allow this information that's coming at me to move through my body? How can I invite this information to not get stuck inside my body? Or if it does get stuck, how can I explore where it's stuck in my body? Your body is a medicine. Your body is a tool just like anything else. But it's one that's with you all the time. Take your time to start moving again. Or don't. Don't start moving again if you don't want to. That's fine. That's great. But take your time to come for this place, come from this place where you are now. You start to bring attention back to your breath and body. Honoring the body as you start to move into the rest of your day. I love you. Namaste. If you're here